Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Douglas, and I am checking in with you from Draper, Utah. I see it's the top of the hour right now, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our webinar. I have a lot of things I really am excited to share with you tonight. I know New Year's resolutions, everybody just got done making those. People are looking for ways to lose weight, to increase their health, to take control of their life, maybe start a business, increase their income, maybe reduce their income tax liability, all kinds of things that I think we can help people out with tonight. My goal tonight is just to simply educate you and give you the facts that you need so that you can make an educated business decision as to whether or not USANA's products or business are right for you. And today's actually yesterday was kind of a special day for us. I just got done celebrating 19 years of not having a job, of all things. And so some people would think that's a bad thing. I think that's a fantastic thing. So I'm going to share a little bit more of my story and some pictures with you in a few minutes. But about 20 years ago, I was a district manager of 15 retail auto parts stores. I was working 60 to 80 hours a week on salary. I was transferred. One year, I actually filed income tax in 3 states as I was transferred around to go wherever the next promotion was. I was making a good income. My wife and I were earning a 6-figure income together. And that was, again, 20 years ago, not in today's money. It's expensive to live today. But we were still broke. We were still living paycheck to paycheck. We couldn't afford to buy a house. We're renting a house. We had a lot of things that were not working for us. I worked days and nights. She worked nights. She was going to college full time. We were engaged at the time. She was planning our wedding. We never saw each other. We knew that we needed to make a change. And so I was at that time going through what some of you are going through right now, where I was researching different opportunities out there. And what I found out is it costs a lot of money to start a conventional business. And there's a lot of risk and headaches and liabilities involved. And so I eliminated that real quick and was kind of introduced from a high school buddy of mine that was doing extremely well in a direct marketing company, USANA. And so really wasn't looking for that. I was actually quite closed-minded at the time, but his success spoke for itself. I decided he was doing a lot better than I was. So I decided to take a lot closer look at what he was doing. And when I did my research, the stuff I want to share with you tonight, I was excited. I was ready to make a change. My wife and I were ready to start part-time. We had to keep our jobs. We didn't quit our jobs at that time. We did this on the side. We had sacrifice. We had to go through some training and support, put a couple hours into this, turned off the TV at night, got productive with our time, made a short-term sacrifice, but within 8 months, replaced Jennifer's income. 4 months, replaced Jennifer's income. Within 8 months, replaced my income. And January 11th, was my 19th year anniversary of being jobless, as it says on my wife's license plate, or no boss, as it says on my license plate. We still work, but we work when we want, where we want, with who we want. We build equity in ourselves, and a lot of things I'm going to talk to you tonight about. But I just want to share my story with you real quick. The last 19 years have been absolutely incredible. We homeschool our kids. We live in the mountains. If the weather's nasty, there's a big snowstorm or something like that where we live, we don't have to go out and drive in it. And so it's given us freedom and given us control. We live in America where we have choices, and I am so thankful for the things that USANA has been able to do for us, not just with our business, but also with our health. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to share my screen with you all real quick. And so bear with me while I set that up, and then I'll come back and talk to you at the end here. All right. So I'm going to go through this information. It's going to be kind of a high-level overview. But first, I want to tell you a little bit more about my background to kind of show you why I think I'm qualified to share some things with you tonight. Jennifer and I are Foundation Executive Diamond Directors with USANA. What that means is you have to be a Diamond Director, and the average income of a Diamond Director is about $300,000 per year. But more importantly, you have to maintain at least a 6-figure income for 10 consecutive years to do that. We're also members of USANA's $1 Million Club, which means that we had to earn $1 million cumulatively in our business to be able to do that. We do that in about 6 years. Fortune 100 income earners just means that we are among the top 100 income earners in the company. And Growth 100 means that we are currently one of the fastest growing 100 businesses in the company. And Premier Platinum Pacesetter is somebody who gets their business off to a quick start. We're also United States IDC, or Independent Distributor Council members, which just means that we were voted in to work very close with the company to always help the company make improvements for our business and represent the field. So that's a little bit about my background and kind of what we've done with USANA. But as I mentioned, life before USANA, I was a district manager working these crazy hours. This picture was taken at a sales conference about 2 weeks before I quit my job. The owner of the company gave me a plaque. They had about 1,000 stores. I had 15. And in our district, within our region, my 15 stores, I had the highest controllable profit dollar increase. I helped that gentleman there, as a private company at the time, earn I had $2 million more bottom line profit. I got a $13,000 bonus, which was a great bonus, and a plaque. But he got the $2 million, and that's why he's smiling a lot more than I am. And that was a defining moment in my life. And that's when I decided if I was going to work that hard, I might as well build equity in myself instead of other people. At the time when we started our business, I was living in a small little house in San Diego, renting at the time. I remember taking this picture because one of the first things we did with our supplemental income was upgrade our vehicles to these 2 vehicles. So we were real excited about that at the time. Again, that was back in 1996. Within 1 year, as I mentioned, replaced our income, moved back home for me in Utah, bought a brand new house, surprised Jennifer that year with a brand new BMW in the garage. So we got off to a really quick start. Today we live in the mountains, as I mentioned. I work from home. I'm here in my home office right now. We overlook the city and just have a lot of freedom and flexibility to live life the way we want. To me, it's more about adventure and getting out and doing things with the people I care about, but not always on the weekends, in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, when everybody else is working, is when I love to go out and play. Just love the outdoors and the things that we can do. Took a trip over to Haiti, spent 10 days with my son and some other friends, and did a mission trip over there, pouring into a little community called Donda. That was an amazing experience that I got to do back in the summer this last year as well. So I just wanted to share a little bit of our lifestyle with you, and I want to tell you that the way we're able to do that is what I call the 5 secret strategies of the wealthy. So I'm going to share these strategies with you real quick. The first one is the importance of building equity in yourself. We all understand this when it comes to purchasing a home. We all hate paying rent, but we don't mind paying the same amount of monthly payment if it's ours, if it's our home, and we're building equity in ourselves. But it's the same way when we're working for other people. When I worked for the auto parts company, the retail company, I was building equity in them, and they were getting filthy rich. And so building or having your own business is another way to build equity in yourself. This business is also sellable. It's willable. So our USANA business can be willed to our young kids after my wife and I pass on. That's a huge thing, leaving a legacy of a long-term residual successful business instead of a ton of debt or other problems. The second one is residual income, also known as a passive income. There's kind of 2 different ways you can earn an income. One is linear income. That's where you work, get paid, work, get paid. You get paid one time for your efforts. Residual income pays you over and over and over. I'm still being paid today on the work that I've done over the last 20 years, even my first year in this business, because all of the products are consumable and people love the products and they can't get them anywhere else. So they keep ordering them over and over and over from USANA. And as they do that, myself and our business and our team members earn a commission over and over and over instead of all the retail distribution making the income off of that. And so it's a great way to earn a residual or reoccurring income. Can also put you into a position to retire early or have a ton of time freedom. The next one is leverage, leveraging your resources. Really powerful concept. When I worked for myself, I wasn't leveraging my income, wasn't leveraging my efforts. When you have a business and you have other people in your business, you can leverage your time. In business, we can leverage time or we can leverage money. The problem with leveraging money is, one, you have to have money to leverage money, which is tough. As I said earlier, it's very expensive to live these days. It's hard to stay on track, much less get ahead to have big investments. It's also very risky, obviously. We all know people who have lost a lot of money in different investments, and so that can be very risky. But any of us can leverage time. For me, I always thought you had to have a big conventional business and you had to have a ton of employees and all these headaches and liabilities to leverage time. But what I've learned in this business, my business does millions and millions of dollars a month in revenue. I don't have any inventory. I don't have any employees. I have team members that work if they want to. If they don't want to work, I don't have to fire them. I don't have any of those headaches like corporate America does. But we work as a team. I pour into people. I train them, support them. When they get successful, I get more successful. It's just a very positive situation. And that's how we earned a full-time income on a part-time basis way back when we started, was leveraged income and residual income. The fourth strategy I want to talk about real quick is capitalizing on a global marketplace. This allows you to earn an income 24/7, even while you sleep. It's important to be able to capitalize on the world economy and not just your local economy. You may live in a small town and love where you live. The people are great. The air quality is great. It's a healthy place. It's a safe place for your family, but you're limited to the jobs there. We have business in 20 different countries around the world and in all 50 states that we run anywhere there's an internet connection. I mainly run my business from my home office, but I can do business just about anywhere. The fifth one is minimizing your income tax liability. After all, it's not just about increasing your income, it's also about keeping more of the income that you earn. There's a complete different set of rules when it comes to taxes for business owners than there is W-2 employees. I can write off a lot of stuff. I can write off my computer, part of my office. My wife and I go out to dinner tomorrow. We talk about our business. It's a board meeting. We go, like I can tell you in a couple weeks, I'm going to Las Vegas to work with my team down there, February 4th through the 6th, coming to see you guys in Vegas. But I'm going to stop and then take my mountain bike because there's a ton of snow here. And I'm going to stop in southern Utah and do some mountain biking on the way there and work with my team there and then go on to Vegas. And I'm going to go have a good time, spend time with good friends. And I'm going to write that trip off. I'm going to go down there for business, but I'm going to have some fun. I always have fun in my business. And so there's so many things you're currently spending money on that you can deduct if you have a home-based business or any business. But this gentleman here, Sandy Botkin, in his book, Lower Your Taxes Big Time. Now, he was a former IRS tax attorney and a CPA. He used to teach auditors how to find fraud. Now he teaches people like us how to have legal, legitimate tax write-offs with a home-based business. And he says the light at the end of the tunnel is the financial opportunity that starting your business offers. Every North American taxpayer who works a full-time job and does not have a side business is probably overpaying taxes to the tune of $3,000 to $9,000 per year. I can tell you for me, my wife and I earning a six-figure income, not owning a home, not having kids, we were paying a lot more in taxes than it actually saved us, quite a bit more than that. More about $1,000 a month is what it saved us in taxes just starting our business, immediately increasing our cash flow with that. And so that's a huge thing right there. And most people work until about April 15th, which coincidentally is tax day that everything's due, just to pay all their taxes throughout the year. So what are your different options to get these strategies of the wealthy? Well, Robert Kiyosaki, in his books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Cash Flow Quadrant, he says you want to stay away from the left side, employee and self-employed small business owner. Some people may say, well, isn't this a small business? Well, he defines a big business on the right category of it here, or investment, but he defines big business as having leverage. I already shared with you the leverage, the incredible leverage that we have going on in our business. Just because I don't have all the headaches of a big business doesn't mean my business isn't a huge business. An international multi-million-dollar business, just because I'm running on a shoestring, it's still a big business. And so let's talk a little bit about that. That's why so many the top financial minds are recommending network marketing or direct sales, and all their books and conferences and different things. They'll all write about it and talk about one of the best ways for people to go out and take control of their financial future is through direct sales and network marketing. Just to recap real quick before we move on, network marketing allows you to build equity in yourself, earn that residual income that's so powerful, leveraging your time while capitalizing on a global marketplace, minimizing your income tax liabilities, but without that huge risk. Now, this is a double-edged sword, so I want to take just a second to talk about it. The reason, now, any business has attrition. All businesses have a success and a failure rate. You can go out and start a restaurant. That doesn't mean you can spend, $400,000 to start a restaurant. That doesn't mean you're going to be successful or be in business a year from now. You can go get a real estate license. That doesn't mean you're ever going to sell a house or renew your real estate license next year. But in direct sales, because the cost is so inexpensive to get involved, which I think is a great thing. That's, quite frankly, that was such a huge thing for us at that time because we were so broke. We needed that. But the problem with that is people treat it like a small business. So they don't always make the sacrifices or figure it out or go to the training that's made available to them. And so you may know of failure stories, and you may also know of some success stories. I shared mine with you today, and we have countless others in our business. You get out of this business what you put into it. If you treat it like a hobby, it will not pay you. Now, here's the thing. If you like what I talk about tonight as far as the products go, just become a customer and don't mess with the business. If you want to dabble with the business and love your job and just want to maybe get some tax write-offs and improve your health on the products, dabble with the business, make a couple $100 here and there, do that. That's a fantastic thing. We can help you do that. But if you want to earn a 6 or 7 figure income, people are doing it in USANA. USANA is not on trial. People are doing that today. And so you can do that, but you've got to treat it like a big business. And so I want to get that really clear and straight with everybody. Some things I love about USANA today. Again, when we got involved, USANA was about 5 years old, and they were growing rapidly and stuff. But today, I mean, they have so much documentation. They're 20 years, almost 25 years of proven success. They're publicly traded in one of the top performing stocks on the New York Stock Exchange. They're debt-free with about $100 million in reserves. They're approaching $1 billion annually and operating in over 20 countries around the world. I mean, there are so many great things about USANA that I'm about to share with you. So let's get into the real meat of our presentation, go over USANA. Here's the things we're going to cover: the USANA story, the health side, the wealth side, and the resources over the next few minutes. So here's a picture of USANA's world headquarters. USANA was founded back in 1992. And all about helping people improve their health and take control of their life. An amazing company. But the word USANA is a Greek Latin word that means true health. That's where that word comes from, in case you're wondering. So a little bit of the history. USANA was founded by a scientist, not a corporate suit. USANA is really a product-driven scientific research company that makes the finest nutritional products and leaves the marketing up to us. So it's a very, very product-driven company, because you got to understand, an opportunity is only as good as a product. If the product doesn't work, people aren't going to order them over and over. You don't have that residual reoccurring income we talked about. And so after doing this for 20 years, I've tested the residual part of it out. I worked hard and took about 10 years off, and the checks kept coming in because people love the products and they kept ordering them over and over. So this is Dr. Myron Wentz. A little bit more about his background. He has a PhD in microbiology and immunology. He founded a company called Goal Laboratories in the mid-70s. Goal Labs is a human cell culture facility where he studied human cells and found out what caused disease in the human body, and then invented infectious disease diagnostic test kits that are used still to this day throughout the world in medical facilities to help detect disease. So you go to a doctor's office or a hospital, they want to run a test on you. That may be a Goal Labs test kit that Dr. Wentz developed. But some things happened. He got kind of, some things in his life with health conditions with himself and his family members, people he knew and cared about that were struggling. And he realized that telling somebody what was wrong with them once they were sick is a noble thing, but it doesn't really help the way he wanted to. He wanted to help people take a proactive approach and really help people nourish their cells so that they could keep their immune system strong and help that proactive approach happen in health, instead of just telling people what was wrong with them when they were sick. And that's when he founded USANA Health Sciences back in 1992. His work has been recognized, and he has been is the recipient of the Albert Einstein Award, which is for outstanding achievement in life sciences. So the scientific community has definitely noticed what he's done. You should research this guy. He's an amazing philanthropist and scientist, and just gives and gives and gives, and has been very, very successful doing what he does. One of the things that really blew me away is when I was doing my research, he was the founder, the president, CEO, and everything at the time. He's never drawn a salary from USANA. He was already independently wealthy from his work at Goal Laboratories. His motives were pure. He wanted to help people improve their health. He wasn't just doing this for money. And I love the fact that money doesn't have to cloud somebody's judgment when they're in a situation like that. And as I mentioned before, celebrated coming up on about 25 years now of proven success. So again, Dr. Wentz, he says that people are living too short and dying too long. It's not just about living longer. It's also about having a better quality of life while you're alive. He's attracted some big names, one of which is Dr. Oz. USANA is actually a trusted partner and sponsor of the Dr. Oz show. Dr. Oz has spent some time in our facility. He's been to our conventions. He's got his own products that we're going to talk about here in a few minutes, but a lot of our products have actually been featured on the Dr. Oz show. You may have seen that. And so the bottom line is USANA is really good at what they do, but you don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to share with you some documentation. USANA just received so many awards because they just never settle. They keep moving forward, whether it's the management of the year, the best places to work, the best event for our big convention, the manufacturing practices, the customer service, most powerful CEO 40 and under in Forbes magazine for Dave Wentz. Just accolade after accolade with USANA. So much documentation. You don't have to take our word for it. Documentation beats conversation. Best estate in every category in Utah. And that's a big thing because Utah is the home of so many, not just direct marketing companies, but health and wellness companies. The comparative guide I'm going to talk about in a second. And Dr. Wentz is even a best-selling author, hitting #2 on the New York Times bestseller list. He's written a few other books as well that are worth checking out. Even our peers talk about us. Network Marketing Today magazine, they rank and everybody goes and votes for the top company every year. 18 consecutive years now, we've been rated the top company. So this is the business model that our competition is trying to copy, which is a huge, just flattery, a lot of flattery there. So 700 plus, almost 800 elite athletes actually take USANA supplements. So many different world-class professional Olympic athletes. These are just a handful of some of the teams that use our products. And so you may say, well, why do they use your products? Well, champions choose USANA because they can trust what's in the products. USANA really backs it up with their money. It puts their money where their mouth is. We actually have a $1 million athlete guarantee for any of our sponsored athletes. We don't pay our athletes. They're not paid spokespeople. We're not going to pay some top athlete to say, I take this product, but he maybe doesn't. We don't do any of that kind of stuff. We will provide them with our products, and then we use their figures in our marketing tools like this. But the reason that they want our products is because athletes are deathly afraid of testing positive for a banned substance, and they don't have to worry about that with USANA's products. We put our money where our mouth is. The testing we do on our products, it's not just guaranteeing what's in the products, it's also guaranteeing what's not in our products. And we've never had to pay out on this, and we've had this guarantee for a long time. So let's move on to the health side of things real quick. The bottom line is we just got done talking about world-class athletes, but we really know that there's a lot of people today that we all love and care about that are struggling with these 5 deadly degenerative diseases: cardiovascular disease, cancer, stroke, respiratory disease, and diabetes. These are killing 6 or 7 out of 10 people today. We all know people who are struggling with this, or we've lost people who are struggling with ourselves. These are not diseases that we get from somebody sneezing on us or us not washing our hands. These are degenerative diseases that are happening in our body slowly. You don't wake up with heart disease one day or with cancer one day. These are things happening from our lifestyle, from our genetics. And so that's what we want to talk about, is helping you change your lifestyle and get your immune system real strong so your body has what it needs to really take, and fight off a lot of different problems out there and be as healthy as it can. Everybody is looking for ways to improve their health, not just people who are sick, but everybody wants to be not just not sick, but they want to be well today. They want to be vibrant. They want to have energy. They want to live life with purpose and have a good time. And so you can really trust USANA's products. And that's what we're going to talk about. Whether you're, an everyday athlete, you just want to improve your lifestyle, it doesn't matter. Nutrition matters at the cellular level for everybody. Antioxidants and nutrition are such a big part to give a boost to our cells so they can fight the war that's going on out there with the free radical damage that's going on in our environment. We all know about the pollution, the stress. I work at home. I rarely have to drive in rush hour traffic. When I take off and find myself having to drive in that rush hour traffic, I'm like, why did I do that? I don't have to do that, but I can't imagine being in that stressful situation every day. But there's so many other things that we're exposed to. We're just bombarding our bodies with toxins and chemicals and other problems. This picture, just if you don't believe this, again, I live in Salt Lake City. Just to the left of where I'm standing, if you look way down just a little bit, you can see the houses off to the left there, just off my left shoulder. That's where we live, about 1,800 feet overlooking the valley. But today, my wife and I went for a little 3.5-mile snowshoe up to the top of the hill. We got some great trails right around us, and just took off from our house and snowshoed up there. That black line you see behind us, if you look carefully in there, there's a city below that. It's been, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 days since we had, a big storm, probably 3 days since we've had some good snow. But it takes a big snow or a lot of wind to blow this, what Utah calls inversion. Folks, that's not inversion, that's smog. That's nasty haze. That's terrible for your lungs. Utah has one of the worst air ratings in the entire U.S. It's worse than L.A. when this happens. We're going to get a snowstorm in about 3 or 4 days. That'll knock that down. It'll be crystal clear and beautiful again. But every day it's going to get darker and darker and darker. And before the snowstorm comes, if I took this picture 2 days from now, you would not be able to see the city. It would look like you were looking at oceanfront property. It's disgusting. It's like pea soup, but you don't even realize it when we're down in it. So that's another thing I love about this business is the freedom to live where I want and move up into an area that's out of this muck and homeschool our kids and work from home and all those kind of things. But I'm telling you, this was taken about 5 hours ago today, and this is out there. Little shout out to some of our team in Texas, sporting my Illuminate sweatshirt for you guys. One of our teams in Texas. But this is what's going on in our body. On the left here, healthy human cells, looking under a microscope. Again, Dr. Wentz is an expert in human cells. He knows more about the cells than probably anybody on this planet. The damage that we do after just having a typical fast food meal is if you look at healthy cells, and then in the middle here, you see that damage. Now, if we have a ton of antioxidants in our system, you can see having that same, causing that same kind of damage on the far right over here, but with a lot of antioxidants in our system, we can fight off a lot of that damage. We can reverse some of that. We can slow down the aging process, fight off some of that disease. So it's about keeping our cells strong. Dr. Wentz is always, from day one for over 20 years, it's always been about cellular nutrition. Nobody back then was talking about nutrition at the cellular level. And now today it's a huge buzzword. USANA is always a decade or so ahead of their time. So the question is, are you getting everything, all the nutrients you need to win this fight? This is just a good example. These are foods that are rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. And if you want to eat your way to foods that are available today, to get what we have and what we call our essentials, these 2 bottles here are mega antioxidant and chelated mineral. They give you all your vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, optimum levels, an adult to 1 month supply. You'd have to consume about 22,000 calories a day, which we all know we can't do, and spend about $33 a day on food. So this is a lot better solution. That's why so many people are turning to supplementation. If you have a great lifestyle, you probably know you need supplementation to take it over the top. If you don't have a great lifestyle, then you need supplementation more than anybody, but everybody can benefit from USANA's products. Dr. Wentz says that most health supplements fall far short of meeting the nutritional needs of the body's cells. He did that. He checked it out. He looked at it under the microscope. That's why he founded USANA, he was disgusted at what was available. He didn't want to feed that to his family, and he saw such a huge need out there. Everybody turning to supplementation, but they just were not getting what they needed. It really does matter. Here in America, the FDA treats nutrition like a food. It's a food supplement. So the same guidelines that a Pizza Hut or any restaurant would follow to make you a meal, that's all that a nutritional manufacturer has to do. That doesn't mean it has to be great for you. Doesn't mean a pepperoni pizza can have 20 pepperonis on it or 60 pepperonis on it. It's still a pepperoni pizza. That's how nutritional supplements are regulated in our country. And so you really do get what you pay for. There's a huge difference here, and I'm going to show you the USANA difference. There's also a lot of problems Dr. Wentz found. Several studies out there like this where products didn't even break down and go to work in your body. Even if the stuff in it was great, if it doesn't break down and get into your system, it doesn't really do you any good. And so USANA nutritionals are truly different. These are just some of the third-party organizations that actually test our products. So that, again, it's not just taking our word for it, but you can read about this and see the tests that they do on our products. Huge difference. So as I mentioned, USANA, or the nutritional industry, is regulated as a food. It's a food supplement, but USANA is voluntarily registered with the FDA as a pharmaceutical grade manufacturer. So that's following all the same guidelines as if we were making prescription drugs. When you take a prescription drug, it's guaranteed what's on the labels in the bottle. It's highly controlled. It's guaranteed what's in that tablet. It's going to break down and go to work, and it's going to be consistent. A whole different set of rules on testing of raw ingredients, on finished product, on the manufacturing practices for prescription drugs than there is for a restaurant to make you a sandwich today. So we follow the same guidelines as if we're making prescription drugs, but we do that with our nutritional supplements. We don't make prescription drugs down at USANA. They only make nutritional supplements and the rest of our products there. But it's the quality that's different, so you can really trust. We searched the world over for the finest raw ingredients, used only balanced science-based formulas, have more people in our research and development team, more experts, PhDs than we do in our marketing department. The foundation here all starts with our essentials, as we touched on a little bit earlier, but the essentials are #1 selling product. Everybody gets on the essentials. Precisely balanced amounts of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, some of our own patented ingredients as well, always looking at ways to continue to improve our essentials. They have just an amazing, amazing product that's very inexpensive and definitely worth it, and getting the finest quality, optimum levels, not minimum levels of nutrients. In fact, Lyle McWilliam is a biochemist. He was a member of Canadian Parliament. He did a big research product for the Canadian government to help kind of set the standard in Canada. Afterwards, he published that information in the Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements. This is a book that's available. You can find it. He ranks the top 1,600 selling nutritional products throughout North America. He gives USANA not only its #1 highest mark, but he gives it the Editor's Choice Award as the top product out there. You can compare and see how other products stack up to it. He explains all the testing that goes into it. Phenomenal third-party documentation on the quality of our products and what sets it apart from Lyle McWilliam. It's for the entire family, not just for the adults. You saw the adult version of the essentials. On the far right, we have baby care for prenatals, incredibly important. We also have on the left over here, we have USANimals, kids chewables. And then in the middle is Body Rocks. How many of you have ever heard of a nutritional supplement specifically for teenagers? Yet teenagers, the way they're growing like crazy and developing those bones in their brain and everything, is probably one of the most important times that they get the right nutrients. And USANA makes a supplement specifically for teenagers. Our kids have been raised on USANA from day one, whether it was from womb to breastfeeding to USANimals to Body Rocks, and now our oldest is even on the essentials as he's just about 16, since he's taller than I am. But this is something I wanted to show you real quick, just to give you a comparison, especially when it talks about kids. This is a very popular product out there on the market. This is right on their website. They're talking on here that pediatrician's #1 choice. If you look at the small print on the front of the label, talk a lot about giving you the latest research and everything in vitamin D and how powerful that is. At the bottom in the middle, there's download supplement facts. If you click on that, this shows the label information. And if you know anything about labels, you know that they always list the ingredient that there's the most amount of first, and then work their way down to the one that has the least. You can see here in the ingredients at the bottom, sugar, 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 water, and then less than 2%. And they're getting into artificial flavors, a little bit of vitamin C. There's some beeswax, some carnauba wax, a little bit of other nutrients. There is more artificial blue, red, and yellow than there is, if you go all the way down to the bottom, and there is vitamin D, which is their big thing on the front. So it's so incredibly important that we know what we're giving and I can do this with an adult version of a nutritional supplement out there. If it's, a product that you only take 1 or 2 of a day kind of thing, you can't get all the nutrients in the one little tablet every day. And so that should be a red flag for you. But check the labels out. And you got to understand that the RDA, when they developed the RDA minimum levels, the levels that we're looking at here, this is when people were worried about scurvy, rickets, beriberi, not heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, respiratory disease. I don't want minimum RDA levels for my family. I want optimum levels of nutrients for my family. There's nothing more important than our health. And so it's so important that we know what we're putting in our body and we're taking good care of our health. In addition to the essentials, USANA has specific products, what we call the optimizers, for these different specific systems within your body. So you can see them all listed here: cardiovascular, nervous, cellular, skeletal, endocrine, and digestive systems in your body that you can add to the essentials if you want to. Most people start with the essentials and then maybe we'll work up from there. We also have this health pack. The health pack gives you the essentials and some of our top selling optimizers and a special AO booster. And they're in these little convenient AM and PM packs that make it real convenient for travel and don't have to open up bottles or anything like that. But USANA is all about customization, and they've taken it a step further. When have you ever heard that you can actually customize your nutrition? Can you imagine selecting exactly what you want in your AM pack and your PM pack, and then customizing this for you, printing your name on the box, your name on the pillow pack, and sending it to you and giving you exactly what you want? That's incredible to me. Now, for me, I'm not a doctor. I'm a retail guy. I know a lot about the products, but I don't want to be explaining all the details. I don't have to. USANA gives us the tool. You don't have to guess. They have the True Health Assessment, which is an interactive health assessment that you go through online. The person that invited you on tonight's webinar can give you a link and let you take that interactive, about a 15-minute program. It'll go through your top health risks. It'll go through your lifestyle plan and the top products that they recommend for you that we have available to help increase your health. And it's a phenomenal thing. It's all protected. You don't have to worry about your information getting out there. It's only going to you, a little bit, maybe your product recommendations. That's all that goes to the person whose website you visited. But it's just an amazing way to find out exactly what you need to really help improve your health, to help hit your health goals. Doctors and people in the medical industry love our products because we're pharmaceutical grade in our manufacturing. They're actually listed in the physician's desk reference, several of our products. You do not see, if you told the doctor, hey, I take a nutritional supplement in the PDR, they tell you you're crazy. Or they think you're talking about the nutritional version, which there is a version just for nutritional supplements. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about one for prescription drugs. Because of the way we manufacture, our products are listed in the one that's in your doctor's office. So this is where they find out about all different kinds of drugs. My doctor was blown away when I showed this to them. We also do a lot of collaboration and studies that we fund and share information back and forth with medical institutions and universities that we use to collaborate with to always improve our health as well. But people in the medical profession, once they learn what sets USANA apart and they really do their research, when they look at it ignorantly, they don't always understand it. But when they do the research, they love what we stand for with USANA. On to the next food line, or the next line, we have a food line. We live in a fast-paced society. We're always on the go. You know, I know we all hate going through a drive-through and giving our kids some greasy burger or something like that. Why not have a box of one of these protein bars or whole food bars, or a blender bottle with one of our protein, our meal replacement drinks in it? And all you do is throw a bottle of water in there, shake it up, and have a good healthy shake on the go. These products are low glycemic. They have the right ratios of carbohydrates, proteins, and beneficial fats. They're non-GMO. They're gluten-free. They're packaged in a convenient way. They taste good, and they're good for you. So you don't have to choke it down just because it's good for you. If your kids will eat it, you know it's good. But phenomenal, phenomenal products. In fact, right now, this time of year with weight loss, a huge surge in our food products. We use these products in little pre-packaged and what we call the reset. This is a 5-day jump. There's several resets going on right now, reset challenges and things. Individuals that are on the products or about to get on the products and use these as a way to jumpstart a weight loss program, or even just as a kind of a 5-day high fiber type cleanse. And then once you're on it, once you do the 5 days, you either go through a transform or a maintain phase. There's a whole program guide around that, but it's all about changing your lifestyle. We know if we do something short term, if you go on a diet, it means you're going to go off a diet. And unless it's a lifestyle change, the results will not be a long-term result for you, a lifelong result. And so these are just some before and after pictures. Hattie Montgomery on the left here, she was a customer in our business in Texas. And look at her. Now she's out there talking about the business and tremendous results. This is really important. In a few days here, about a week, USANA is launching the Reset Nation Challenge. This is going from January 18th to April 15th. So if one of your resolutions to lose some weight, get on this thing. There's over $150,000 in prizes given out. And this will get you really reset your body and get you onto the right lifelong habits that get you those lifelong results. You can go to www.resetnationchallenge.com or get information from the person who invited you onto tonight's webinar. Onto another really popular product. We all see what's going on out there with energy drinks. Very, very popular, but a lot of them are not very good for you. A lot of crash and burn, a lot of sugar, a lot of chemicals, too much caffeine, the wrong sources of caffeine. USANA is all about cleaner, crisp, all natural taste, natural pomegranate, no artificial colors or sweeteners or anything like that. Smart source of nutrients, chock full of vitamins and minerals or antioxidants. It has green and white tea in it for your stronger, powerful, longer lasting energy producing ingredients. And so if you like energy drinks, there is a healthy one out there. It's available for you and it's definitely competitively priced. Check out Rev3 for sure. Skin, we all have skin. It's our largest organ. We all need to take care of it. Whatever we put on our skin gets absorbed into our body. It's an incredibly important part of us being healthy. And so if we are putting day after day, week after week, month after month, harsh chemicals, you may be able to put a product on your skin, on your face that makes you look great today, may make you look great for a couple weeks, a month, or a year, but we're still going to age either way. If we can do that in a natural way without these harsh chemicals, that's the way to do it. And so USANA doesn't even have preservatives, self-preserving formula, no paraben or formaldehyde like so many products out there that have this necessary evil. We use antioxidants. It's nutrition from the outside in, but the antioxidants preserve the products. This is not a cosmetic line. It's a facial skincare line, and as well as a personal care line over to the far right here. And it's not just for ladies, it's also for guys. We all need to take care of our skin as well, and make sure that we're doing the right stuff there. And all these tests and so many clinical studies. But the real thing that matters is you trying it. I know, for a guy changing motor oil brands, sometimes my auto parts days coming out here. Maybe for a lady, it's tough to change skincare lines. Try it. Everything we have has a 100% money back guarantee. Try the products out, the proofs in the products. Let's shift gears real quick, talk about the wealth side of things, the business. This will be pretty quick. This is not a 9-to-5 job. This is to get away from the 9-to-5 job. This is for people who want something different. For us to get something different, we have to do something different. We have to make some changes. We know what's going on out there. People are struggling with real financial problems, living paycheck to paycheck, saddled with debt, working 4 to 6 months of the year just to pay taxes, struggling. The first thing we can do is help you with your taxes. The next thing we can do is give you another plan B or another stream of income. We get paid every week. You can get started. You can make a check this week and get paid automatically deposit in your account next week if you want to. Go as fast or as slow as you want to. There's so many things, so many benefits to a USANA business. We don't have any employees, boss set hours or workplace. Very, very flexible. You might be able to work it in 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, turning off the TV for an hour at night and making some calls or building your business, whatever it takes. That's how I started off. A little bit of time consistently equaled a lot during my first year. And that's how we got to a 6-figure income our first year, left our jobs and earned over $1 million within 6 years. Was just being consistent about it. Network marketing is booming. People are looking for this. 90 million people involved worldwide, $33 billion in North America alone in the direct marketing industry. This is a great way to do what we talked about earlier, to build that leverage residual income, but I'm doing a low startup cost, working as a team and earning a generous percentage of the profits from the sales of the products. And so real quick, I'm going to go through these 6 different ways. We believe in multiple streams of income at USANA. 6 different ways you can earn income. Retail sales, you buy a product at wholesale, you mark it up, sell it for retail, keep the difference, or somebody buys on your USANA website, they get charged retail, you keep the difference automatically. It goes into your next check. So that's a great way to do it. Weekly commission, this is where we earn the majority of our income. 20% or more of the volume going through your business, you can actually earn in a weekly commission. And so think about that. That's leveraged income and residual income as people are buying the product. So the volume comes from when people start off, they buy some products to try out, activate their business, which we'll talk about in just a minute or two. Every month, they're all consumable. We use the products month after month, so we keep ordering it. Anybody we introduce to the products or that gets on the products to start a business, or anybody I sell products to, all of this generates this volume, and not just what you do, but everybody in your entire business goes towards your volume. And that's that leverage we were talking about. Lifetime matching bonus, bottom line here is there's a huge incentive for the person who invited you onto tonight's webinar to help you get successful. If you become what's called this Premier Platinum Pacer, if you get off to a quick start, they're going to earn a matching bonus from helping you do that. And so it can be up to 15%. If I enrolled somebody today and they made $100,000 in commission this year in USANA, I would receive a $15,000 matching bonus from the company, not from the person's commission or anything like that. There's a huge incentive to work as a team and help each other out. In corporate America, my boss always showed me enough to help him become successful, never enough for me to be better than him, because if you're doing better than your boss, you're now a liability, not an asset. And in this business, nobody's hiding anything. We all want you to be as successful as possible. There's not only one position at the top. There's unlimited amount of positions available for people to go up and become successful. And we'll talk about how that works in another slide or two. Incentive programs, always so many different incentive programs. We've been all over the world on USANA trips and won all kinds of prizes. They always make it fun and have a ton of incentive programs. And it's not where we're competing against each other. Everybody can win. The one currently right now going on in the fall of 2016, a lot of us are going to Costa Rica. I always say, what's better than a vacation? A vacation somebody else pays for. That's what's better than a vacation. And anybody can win the Success on a Beach Costa Rica trip. Real excited about that. You can win part or all of your trip. It's all based off of your growth. So whether you're brand new or you've been doing this 20 years like me, it's just the same growth. We go against ourselves and we all can earn part or all of that trip if it's important to us. The next thing I want to talk about real quick is leadership bonus. USANA puts 3% of the total worldwide sales every week into this bonus pool, and the leaders split that up, which beats the turkey I used to get every Thanksgiving as a bonus, and my performance review or bonuses I occasionally got in my old job. But in this, we get paid every week a leadership bonus. So looking at this chart, you don't need to get too worried about it because you learn as you go. But just to kind of show you the income potential, a gold director in USANA, and again, there's no limit. Everybody can become a gold director if they want. But a gold director is somebody who earns $1,000 per week in commission for 4 consecutive weeks. A ruby director earns $2,000 a week for 4 consecutive weeks. Emerald directors, $3,000, $4,000. So Jennifer and I are diamond directors, $4,000 a week, 4 consecutive weeks. And you can see that leadership bonus grows. You get different shares, and it's a percentage of sales, so it varies a little bit each week, but it's typically higher than $175 per share. But you can see that as a gold director, you get 1 share of bonus. A ruby director, you get 1 + 2, which is 3 shares of bonus. Emerald directors, 1 + 2 + 3, 6 shares, and it keeps growing. Now, one thing, so these are examples of weekly income, commission plus bonus. This doesn't count matching bonus, doesn't count the incentive, doesn't count the next bonus I'm going to talk about as well. But you can see examples of weekly income over here on the far right at different leadership positions. One myth that I hear from time to time is whoever gets involved first makes more money or makes all the money or something like that. USANA is about 25 years old. I've been involved with USANA, my wife Jennifer and I, for about 20 years. They're about 5 years old when we learned about them. There was about 50,000 people involved in the company at that time, and yet we're among the top 100 people in the entire company worldwide most years, several of the last 10 years. And so we pass by a lot of those people. But more importantly, as diamond directors looking over at our income example, we also have 1-star diamonds in our business. We have 2-star, we have 3-star. We even have a 5-star diamond director in our business, somebody who's earned $9,000 a week, 4 consecutive weeks. So it doesn't matter where you got involved. We have people below us that make more money than we do because it's fair for everybody. That's what I call it. They work harder than we do, and so they should make more money than we do. But I can go as fast or slow as I want as well. And so it's really dependent upon your own goals, but it does really not matter when you get involved. We have people been involved in the company for 4 years that make more money than we do. So they just work a lot harder than we do. I love my time freedom, so it takes a lot to get me to work. The next one is elite bonus. Just real quick. A lot of people build this big residual income and then want to walk away and retire, which they can do. I've done it for 10 years. But USANA's putting this carrot out there and saying, look, we're going to put $1 million per quarter back in another bonus that we're going to split amongst what started as the top 25. Now it's all the way up to the top 50 income earners in the company based off of their growth. And so that's a huge bonus. And that's available for people. And we have people earning over $1 million a year in their USANA business because of all these 6 ways. So how's it work? What's it take to start a USANA business? The first thing is purchasing what's called the business development, or also known as the BDS. It's $30. This is your business in a little box, all the products, product information, price list, compensation, ordering information, policies, procedures, some training DVDs, CDs, a ton of information in there to get your business off the ground. Basic stuff you need to learn and know. Now here's the good news. It's not $29.95 right now. USANA has a promotion that's going on through the end of this month where you can get a BDS for free. How do you do that? You have to activate at least 1 business center. So what's it take to activate a business center? You open your business center, which is step number 2, by buying some products, because you can't go out and build a successful business if you don't believe in the products, and you can't believe in the products if you don't use them. And so everybody needs to try the products. Obviously, the more products you try, the bigger the pack that you're going to purchase, the more it's going to kind of activate and help you get started in your business. But to activate a 1 business center, which pays you 10% commission, pays you one time on what's going on, is a one-time product purchase of 200 sales volume points. We use a sales volume point system because we're open throughout international markets. In America, 200 points would cost you about $250 roughly, depending on what products you want to order. You can start with 1 business center. A 3 business center is twice that. You can do a 400 point order and activate all 3 business centers. When you have 3 business centers, it gives you the opportunity to double your income and earn 20% commission, to keep it simple. And so again, these are just one-time product purchase of things you want to try. There's actually some great brand new enrollment packs or some business packs that you can purchase to activate your business. And when you do it as a one-time, the first time you in the company, and anybody can buy these packages anytime, but when you do it using it to enroll and start your business, activate your business, you also get vouchers to go to major training events, direct tickets to go to major training events, like our big national conference that's going on in Las Vegas in April, or a big international convention in August in Salt Lake City. You can get tickets to those events that are so important in helping you build your business. So again, that's that one-time product purchase. Then after that, every month you just order what you use for personal use to keep your business going as well. Third step, who do you know? Who do you want to work with? You're the president of your company. Who are your vice presidents? Who can you help? Who do you know that wants to improve their health? Wants to do something in a natural way, wants to work from home, just had a baby, doesn't want to go back to work or put their kid in daycare, wants to save money on income taxes. For me, it was like everybody. And so there were so many great things that we can do to help people out. And you get to select who you work with. You don't have to work with whoever your boss sticks you with, which I know doesn't always work out that great. The fourth and most important step is to simply be teachable. There's a complete system to walk through, very simple, duplicatable system that you can do. You have people that have proven their success, and they're going to help you become successful in your business. You just have to be teachable. Don't reinvent the wheel. Put some good solid effort into it. This is an example of some of the leaders in our business who are successful. You can see all different walks of life here, different backgrounds, but they're all highly successful. Most of them are all members of USANA's $1 Million Club. Some of them earn significant, close to $1 million a year in their USANA business. They're all part of our team. Now, the last thing I want to cover real quick is your resources. Of course, we have the corporate office that do so many things for us. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. There's several and hundreds of employees at our different facilities around the world that are here for us. They have the best customer service. They take such good care of us. They give us so many tools, or your own personal website, the Hub, which is your online marketing system and your online management system, professional publications. You get everything taken care of. You have like this cookie cutter system, just like an expensive franchise, but without that big expense. And so it's all taken care of there for you to get you started. You have the Independent Distributor Council, all kinds of presentations from the company and from the field, and so many things to help you get successful in your business. Our team has a 10-week fast-track game plan, walks you right through exactly everything you need to do to get your business off the ground. It's all available for you. Locally here, we've got some great things going on if you're in Utah. Every Thursday night, we do a health and freedom presentation down at USANA. Join us day after tomorrow with Justin Hess. He's tearing it up. This Saturday, I'll be doing a training, and I'm working on getting this training streamed, so it'll be available even if you're not local. I'll be in Vegas here in the first part, the 4th or the 6th of February, working with the teams in Vegas as well. We've got our big Challenge You Advanced Leadership Training happening in Texas that anybody can register and go to. It's February 18th to 20th if you want to go out there. There's so many great things that you can plug into to help get your business started or help get your business in the right direction. So a lot of information tonight. I hope I accomplished my goal and gave you the information you need to make an educated business decision. What I'd like to do is you just really need to figure out where you are from what you've learned so far. If you're a number one ready to get started, make sure that you get back with, or when the person who invited you on tonight's webinar gets back with you, you let them know you're a number one. You let them know you're ready to get started. You want to take advantage of what's going on. There's so much growth going on right now with all these New Year's resolutions and tax time and all the big events going on with USANA. Jump in, grab on, hold on tight, and take advantage of it. If you're a number two, you need some more information. There's plenty of leaders standing by that can help answer your questions or direct you to online videos that will go deeper into something that I only touched on here tonight. And so health and freedom really is within your reach. I am going to quit sharing real quick and come talk to you again for just a moment. All right, so I hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation. Again, really what I'm trying to do with you is get you the information you need to make a lifelong decision, to not just have a short-term resolution that you're going to give up in a couple of weeks, but a lifelong change. That's something that you can stick with, that can last and give you really what you're the results you want. So I just want to ask you, if what you're doing is not working, why not give what we're doing a try? It's working real well for those of us that are working our business. Again, you get out of what you put into it, but do your research. The more you look at USANA, the better it's going to look. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you got the information you needed tonight, and I wish you the best of success. And I look forward to seeing many of you at some of our upcoming events. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.